if you build Ursula right, she doesn't suffer too much from being a melee-oriented fighter in the magic department. She suffers more when you build her into a magic user in the melee department than she does in the melee department. You get what I'm saying. She's still a relatively useful magic caster. She just, unfortunately, the big thing that suffers is her AP. She just doesn't have enough. She doesn't have nearly as much AP as Nina does. And during long dungeons, we're going to do a lot of combos, it shows. I am Fu Chuman. The business be rare and collectible items. I come to this humble hamlet, searching of these things. Oh, cool, tell us. No catches. What? No, god damn it. So basically, you have 3 choices here. The relic from the ruins, Koshka pottery, or fish for Shishu. If you've been fishing, you should have the fish. He wants 3 of any of those kinds. And you can catch the sea bream back over where we were before. And I'm probably going to go back there and catch 2 more sea bream. And that's what I'll give to him. The Martian squid you can catch in the lake, most, if not all, of the lake spots. And the other one I'm not real sure, because I don't remember what it was. Koshka pottery are, well, you go back to that village we were just in, you go and you ask for one, and it takes time, like actual time. And the relic from the ruins, there's some ruins near Koshka. You go there, and at the end, there is a dragon jewel that gives you another dragon transformation. You can actually give that to him if you just want to go now. There's really no benefit to giving it to him. They all do the same thing. If you're in a hurry, you can give him the gem. It's the fastest. Let's see. Silver mail. This is where you buy the silver mail. It might be tempting to buy the magma armor, but I actually suggest you don't. There's a boss coming up that uses a lot of powerful water magic. As he is water elemental, and he is, and I had this equipped on all of my people. Like, all 3 of my main fighters, when I was fighting him, and I kept getting just face rolled. He gave me so much trouble, and I couldn't figure out why his blizzard attack was hitting those 3 characters so hard. And then I looked at their armor. I was like, oh, maybe if I put this ring, and then I went and fished to get the ring of ice from the fishing master that you have to have points to get. The first item he gives you get 4,000 points. He'll give you a ring of ice. Well, I got the ring of ice, and then I put it on, and I got to looking. I was like, oh wait, that's oh. So anyway, I actually recommend you just buy silver mail here. It's a massive upgrade anyway. Don't recommend you buy the Arquebus. If you're gonna buy her a single hit weapon, then I bet you I sold her 2-hit weapon, didn't I? Same thing with the feather sword. I don't recommend you buy them, because at this point, I do believe you can fish and get the you can get the Ferengis from the merchants there. Getting the Crusher, I think, is debatable, depending on how you want to really go with Cray. Cray has 1 2-hit weapon in the game. And I pretty much, for the most part, never get it. My feelings on Cray getting that 2-hit weapon is, okay, for Ryu and Sias, the power difference between their 2-hit, the Furangi, for example, or the Fire Sword, is really not that great. The power difference is not great enough between their best single-hit weapons and the Furangi to really make the single-hit weapons more powerful. That is actually, in my opinion, not true for Cray. Cray's weapons, I mean, look at that. Cray, attack power 86. His best weapon, I think, is like attack power like 150. It's like just redonkulous. So, I mean, he gets and he has naturally high power anyway. So I just like to have him be that one guy that gets to that one super powerful hit. I don't know, that could be wrong of me, but that's how I like to do it. So I don't know if I would need the Crusher or not. I can always buy it later. So let me see. I might keep that wetsuit. It might come in handy for the boss I was talking about. So anyway, let's see, what have you got? Item shop. Ooh, bait. Yes, need bait. Bait is always good. I need some vitamins too, I imagine. That should be enough. Got plenty of those. Okay. And you are the Manillo that I was talking about, I do believe. No, you are not. However, you are a good Manillo to come and visit. The reason being, he has the repeater, and the repeater is, I think, without looking at my notes, because I don't have that part of my notes up, all I have in front of me is my bestiary. The repeater is actually her best 2-hit gun. And the Power Glove is arguably, I would say it's a side grade to Urshan's best fist weapon. And it's definitely much easier to get than Urshan's, like, quote-unquote, most powerful fist weapon. Remember what her most powerful... You get Urshan's most powerful fist weapon you get from a monster that's really hard to kill. He's not super powerful or anything, it's just difficult to kill before it runs away. Same thing with her most powerful armor, the Chopham Plate. And, the Chopham Plate's not too hard to get, because the Chopham Plate has, like, a 1.5... It has a 50-50 drop chance, like, normally. You use Charm on the Chopham, and it will always drop the Chopham if you can kill it. The Mass Driver, on the other hand, is significantly harder to get. It has a 1 in 128 chance to drop, and then, of course, couple that with the actual difficulty of killing the Chopham, and it makes it really not worth getting. The Power Glove here, though, is, let's see, it's 9 points weaker, but it has the added benefit of the 20% critical strike chance below 25% HP. That can actually come in handy against some bosses. So, and of course you got the Giant's Club here. You can buy that instead of the... buy that instead of the club that we just looked at. The Force Armor's pretty good too, because it gives you constant barrier spell. The Holy Robe is pretty good too. It's Blessed Armor, increases the amount you heal when you heal on yourself. And I do believe the Force Armor can be used by the 3 guys, and then I think it can be used by Ursula as well. So, yeah. I'm going to have to bite the bullet and do some fishing soon, I do believe. And there is one more Manila store. The Manila store that you really, 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 really sells the expensive stuff is in Astana. You can't get to it on your first visit because it's in a room that's blocked by the Carronade. When you get back to Astana, the Carronade is actually up. So you can get to this room now, and inside that room you'll find that Manilo. And he sells the stuff you need, whales and spearfish and all this other stuff to get. So we want to actually go back to here. Alright, and you talk to that gentleman, he'll tell you where the ruins are, and they show up on your map. You talk to this gentleman. He'll make your jar. And I don't know exactly how much time it takes. But, you know, whatever. So we'll go to the Injo ruins here. Some new enemies and some treasures and things in the Injo ruins. I actually recommend you come here. It's good to come here for no other reason than the experience. Because, like I said, you actually end up in this game relatively underpowered, and I actually need to switch party members up front. I need to do it in battle too, so let's do this. Who's fastest? And I guess what I forgot to do. No. Yes. Thank you. Bam. Headbutt. So what we got here? More lizard men. Well, we know how to deal with lizard men. Let's see. Is there anybody in here? I think it's the same enemies that we've already been fighting. There might be... I do believe there's actually a few new enemies. Yeah, I do believe those guys are in there. So we're going to go this way first. That's blocked. You know what? No. I want to go the other way because I think you can get that chest right now. Okay, no, you got to come back here. What do we got here? We got a new enemy. Eye bombs. You can learn air raid from them. They drop vitamins and napalm. They're worth a good amount of experience, too. Yeah, screw it. Charge! Voice is cracking up there. My voice still gets really... What? Okay, not sure why that happened. Has he got an elemental weapon? I don't think he does. Let's try that again. These guys just have really high defense? Or is it require? No. Okay, fine. Fine. You want to be that way? Fine. Fine. We can do this. This can be a thing that we do. Yeah, we'll just use Cyclone. It's not a big deal. Man, look at that experience. It's starting to really rack up.